Hi guys, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. A pleasant good day to each and every one of you. Happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian viewers and subscribers. If you're new to my channel, I would like to welcome you to this channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some of my Thanksgiving recipe with you guys. So next I'm going to be starting on some mashed potatoes. And we can't have our turkey without mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna peel up some potatoes, put them to boil, and then I'll show you guys how I put my mashed potatoes together. I have my potatoes all cut up. I'm gonna add my water to this pot. And we're gonna cook this potato with a little bit of salt until they're nice and soft and tender. So the potatoes finished cooking. I'm gonna start seasoning our potatoes. I like to add some garlic. So I'm going in with 2 nice cloves of garlic into the potatoes. You can also add some garlic powder if you prefer. So this is a lot of potato, so I'm adding a nice amount of garlic. Let me know in the comments what you did for Thanksgiving this weekend, what was on the menu, and how you spent your Thanksgiving. It is still a quiet one, but we have to make much of it. So a nice amount of garlic. I'm gonna add some butter in here. And I'm gonna go in with about 2 tablespoons of butter. While the potato is still hot, this is gonna melt up nicely. Maybe some more butter. Butter makes everything taste better. I'm gonna add some sour cream. And you wanna go in with a nice portion of sour cream. I love sour cream with my potatoes. And you can add a little bit of mayo in there. I'm gonna go in with a little bit. And then hubby's gonna give his muscles some exercise and mash the potatoes for me. So our mashed potato is done. My strong husband did a good job. I'm gonna add a little bit of dried Italian seasoning. This really adds flavor to the potatoes. And what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna put this out into a serving dish, and then we're gonna add a little bit more of that on top. This smells amazing and it's nice and fluffy. So let me put this over here. Can you put this over here for me, please? Yeah. And then we're gonna put the potatoes in this dish here. It's nice and hot, guys. Look at that. All good, nice, fluffy potatoes. And let me just get everything out. So another dish is done. And many more to go, but we are moving quickly along with my husband. We're getting things to where we want it to go, so that's nice. Let me add some more of the Italian dried seasoning here. Wow, this is really nice. And then I'm just gonna do a sprinkle of this on top. And this is ready, guys. See? Another dish done. So while our butternut squash is roasting, we're gonna start preparing some sweet potatoes to, we're gonna cook these in the oven as well. And I wanna show you guys how I'm preparing them. So this is the orange sweet potatoes. I'm gonna peel them. Now that the potatoes are peeled, I'm gonna cut them up into small cubes. So I'm gonna start doing that, and then we're gonna cut them back. This is a really delicious way to eat sweet potato. So I'm gonna make some cubes back like that. And sweet potato is very good for us. It's packed with fiber and nutrients. So this is what we're looking for. Hubby's gonna continue with the rest for me, and then I'll show you how I season these guys. So now that hubby cut up all our sweet potatoes, I'm gonna start adding ingredients to them, and they're very, very simple ingredients, but it's so delicious and so nutritious. I have some butter in the potatoes. That's to prevent it from sticking. I'm gonna be adding some cinnamon and some brown sugar. So a little bit of brown sugar to add a nice sweetness to the potato. I know it's sweet potato, but it really brings out a nice flavor. I'm gonna add some into this one, and then we'll do the same over here. I'm making a lot of this because it's a family favorite. And then the cinnamon is going in now. You want to add nice amount of ground cinnamon like that. You can go in with your hands and mix it up a little, or you can leave it just like that. The butter is gonna melt as soon as it gets the heat from the oven. And we're gonna cook these until they're nice and soft and tender, when your fork can go right through the potato pieces. That's all it takes, and you'll see after I finish how nice it is. So I start cooking some rice, and we're gonna make some mushroom rice, vegetarian style. I'm gonna start preparing the mushroom for the rice while it's cooking. Hubby's working on some green beans while I'm chopping up the mushroom. So many hands make light work. Our cooking is coming along nicely, and hopefully we finish ahead of time, and we will be ready to sample all the beautiful dishes we're making. So in the pan I have about a tablespoon of butter, and we're gonna prepare our green beans. I'm gonna add them to the pan. Should do them two times. And I'm gonna do them two separate batches. So I'm gonna add some grated garlic. I have 1 clove here. And this doesn't take a lot, and it's so delicious. A nice clove of garlic will do a big job in this beans. I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper and salt. So I'm gonna mix our butter in. I'm gonna add my salt now. We don't need a lot. And some freshly ground black pepper. We will mix this up. Cook it for a few minutes until the color changes to a nice glossy green, and this will be ready. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to help cook the beans a little bit faster. So our baked sweet potato is done. Nice and soft. When your fork can go through, it's done. So I'm gonna take them out my oven and see how nice they're coming off in the bottom. That's when you put the butter inside. It makes the job easy when it's done. Our green beans are done, looking nice and delicious. Really love how it's smelling. So in the pan, the same pan that I sauteed green beans in, I'm gonna use all that nice seasoning in this pan to flavor up our mushroom. I added some butter. I'm gonna add 2 cloves of garlic. And garlic and mushroom, any kind of vegetable, butter and garlic goes very well. So we're gonna leave that piece. I'm gonna grate the other one. I'm gonna mix this in to the butter. That aroma is really nice in my kitchen. My house is smelling so nice and delicious today. I'm gonna add my mushroom. I have the scent of a restaurant in my house. And this brown mushroom is really meaty. I really like when I'm making vegetable rice or pasta and I use this brown mushroom. The texture of it reminds you of meat so much. So I'm gonna cook this mushroom until it is nice and soft, and I'll show you the rest of the ingredients. So look how our mushroom cooked up very nicely, and I can't resist. This is my favorite. I'm gonna just sneak 2 pieces out. I have to set it aside to cool. I'm gonna add in here some red onion towards the end. I'm gonna quickly pass this into the mushroom and that garlic butter. And this doesn't need much cooking. As soon as the onions are sauteed a little, this is gonna be perfect. I like that bite of the onion still in the rice. And I'm gonna add some cilantro as well. Wow, look at this. Amazing, my favorite. So let me just add my cilantro here. Some of it, and I'm gonna add the rest on top of the rice to get some nice beautiful green on top there. Mix that in. We're gonna turn our stove off and we're gonna mix this into the rice. So now we're gonna add this goodness to the rice. Look at that yummy goodness. You want to get everything in there. And I'm just gonna mix this in. So our mushroom rice is done. And I can see nice chunks of mushroom all over in the rice. It's a simple rice because we already have our turkey and all the other side dishes, but it's still flavorful. Another dish is done. We're heading on to the other dish now. So now we're gonna start with our Brussels sprout. I wash these and take out the top leaves. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I prepare this. I just cut off that hard piece of head and then cut these back in halves like that. And then I will add some regular seasoning on those and put them in my oven, 350 degrees, until they have a nice brown color on top. And they're gonna be ready. This is a big one, like a little cabbage. See? I'm gonna cut this one in 4, I guess, so they can cook together. And this is really young too. Oh, like a real cabbage. Now I'm gonna leave it. So for the Brussels sprout, now that it's finished cutting up, we're gonna drizzle some coconut oil. And this is to avoid sticking and to help that ingredient to stay on our Brussels sprout. My oven is ready. I'm gonna add some black pepper. We're gonna add some salt for flavor. And that's all it takes for our Brussels sprout. I'm gonna put these into the oven and then I'll cook them for a little. So Brussels sprouts are done. I'm gonna move on to the next recipe. Now we have 4 other side dishes finished. I will share some more recipe with you guys. I would like to say thank you guys for following me for my Thanksgiving preparation. Please like, share, and remember to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos.